Because of that, they are possible. I know what thing. Million, but me, we are to what you knew. But who the bra, Mumundi, which name will you be? You know, we are the if you put at the heart for so what's that?
The prodigal son is back.
I'm back, my nigga.
He's back like Barnabas. There's a big issue on board today. When they say they found us wrong, they be like they say that a busiafo edofunu ichirika. Now this specific thing that make ABS in the eastern region.
We quite a bonum down.
Ebusuya
chiriga so balepa. Ebusuya chiriga o. I don't know the Aguasiam of what they use.
International superstar. Charles, what I say. So back to what I was saying. So there's something that has happened in the eastern region of Ghana that is quite surprising, but it's not surprising. Why? Because the saying, as the saying goes, Ebusuya dufunu ichirika. It's very, very true. So there's this man in the eastern region, the friend Mr. Ketekra. International Ketekra.
Oh, interesting.
The friend Mr. Ketekra. Almost you free share. That share no eastern region.
No, wait.
As per the narrative, as you free share.
Are you serious about the name?
Yes. They say maybe video now waiting.
Okay.
So the man's name is Mr. Ketekra. Now apparently this man fell ill. Then he was taken to the hospital. That is in Kwatia Government Hospital. And a man and that hot man Yasha the bushing for there's nobody coming to visit him. And the bills there keeps piling up. So apparently the nurses there decided so they get him food, they get him all the small things they can get.
Go for
what I say. But the bills keep what? Piling up and piling up. Anytime they call the family and mention to them that they have this relative here, so nobody wants to come.
Jesus.
No one is coming. So when and then the nurses decided, say, the doctors decided, say, then they are going to tell the family that the man is dead.
They declared.
So declared the man dead. So they call the family. The family now my friend one can call no. So Ebusuya, yes, Modesha no, yes, or Hano. The man has what? Passed on. The end of the day, when you're not move no corner, the Mungusi. Yes, see a from and I do you ready from I don't tutu. Ebusuya say black, ne ko bread draw, omubeji funa kusi. Yes, you would draw no. Be uncashed. And this is for the doctors only do mo. The bell no ye when ye we hene ha, no we tuya, no mutia building in every. I feel Mr. Ketekra funu we en fire de enko ni go see e de hia. E koya e bie do a Mr. Ketekra det wo bomoti. Samai bomot. Samai bomot what one or bomot.
Oh.
And Ebusuafo ni gune o met ko sekum. Them vex almost meja. Adentina. Yamama babe tueska antiomo they want to cause a commotion there at the hospital. Charlie, so that's what on the chopping board. If you are watching us right now, this is the Mem Live podcast. I go by the name DJ K. This one is not a familiar face. He's a prodigal son, but he's back among the sheepfold.
Back, my nigga.
Why introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Nana Bwachi Dusty.
AKA.
I don't have
Nana Bwachi Dusty is in the house here, so you can call me K for short. Like I said, this is the Mem Live podcast. What about Tanasi? Please. Before we continue, I will urge you to subscribe to this channel, hit on the notification bell so that anytime we put out a video, you will be notified. Nana watch it.
Bro, Charlie.
I deal with parents who don't know say. Media, I'm in a rush. I just want to pick your mind on this thing that has happened. What do you make of this?
You know, first of all, me, I want to just highlight on something.
Yeah.
I think the health workers did a brilliant job at. I mean, I'm a health worker myself, so I want to.
You are talking from my mind. Yeah.
They did a brilliant job at, I mean, getting the debts paid. You know.
Yeah.
And then, I don't understand this thing about family.
Yeah.
Why is it that somebody is sick, your family member is sick? Maybe you might say, yeah, the person is not entirely your responsibility, but this is sickness. What I say, and then hospital is calling for you to, you know, help in. I'm sure the man might have called family members to help with the bill
of
here
course.
and there.
Let's hear from Mumba.
They are not coming.
That is the thing. Nobody wants to come in.
Why are you interested in the dead body? What is the point?
The bottom line is now funeral is a business here in Ghana.
You see, so
funeral is a business, you know. So what you say, nobody will give you money. What I say, but so who pay? Bro,
human beings are
you know a profit venture.
But human
beings
sometimes act weird.
Of course, I know.
You know, I know that this is something that we've all been concerned about. That
so we do hear this, but I mean, practically this is the first time I say.
I'm serious.
Like me who BB say that. Well, like we hear about it, but this is the first time I mean personally.
And it's very bad. Honestly, it's very bad. So if I was the man, do you know how I'll feel?
Of course.
I'll feel like, hey, so you are coming for me at the moment of my death. What's good is that to you?
Say and American somebody who kwa jiska. Omu to them no there. You being alive no. You are not contributing.
Adds no value.
Because you say that ubekom grade o tables you no. Like you don't bring anything here.
You don't contribute.
You don't contribute to anything. Until at this point, the only time you are going to get something out of you is when you are dead. So you are coming for you. But what even puts me off cry is the brother knows how about the way he vex.
Why is he angry?
When just sad into my man best say and after the narrative material say kakro kan was obi an kan kire no wan better not say wonu yare. How can you tell me that your brother is ill? And then you are not aware that your brother is ill.
You know, at the point.
But so how come that when he died you were able to hear, but when he was ill there you are saying you didn't hear that? At
the point they were asking for the bills to be settled. Where was he?
Exactly.
But when he heard say he's dead, he's coming.
He's dead there.
I mean, I think people have to. Our priorities are very.
So if this is to say that if you are an individual, not you are say, protect your health. Health is wealth. Because so what one month pay say Nyankopon mo ahode na wunya yi no what one obi start the way math obi the way mathematics how to be rich with one funeral.
You know, there is a story that I've remembered there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a true story, but there was a man that the family members called. I mean, he didn't have much money, but then he got the chance to, you know, be receiving some small blessing here and there. And then when the family realized that something is coming into the man's hand, they called one day and they were like, oh, what fast no? Or menace afwa e ufi na. Eze e ko no operation.
When you be am menace afwa.
Nti man no dwene ho an no se na safo no de na bie. No, he wanted to weigh the advantage of going like saving the boy and the kid. What is the importance there?
What money?
Almost a bie like a bie if you know part be like where if you know good you and almost the man was like, oh, doctors will
autopsy. Do you know you are saving yourself the cost?
Yes. We get a key back and then we do a funeral and then also get money. Ha! And what was it now? I want to bleed.
Psycho. Papa did 3 more days. Papa no 8 3 more days.
You know, sometimes they say it in stories, but practically experiencing it.
It happens though.
Bro,
it happens.
that
I'm
is
sure
another
that
level.
if anybody that sees the video, I'm sure a lot of people
Might have
watching these videos,
had
chancing
a
on this
similar
video may
experience.
have a similar experience or something to say about this. But it's very bad. That's what they. But when him say busuemi to her, for every family, biya you will be or two or train say yibeba, or cash out.
Yeah.
Especially busuemi penny phone.
Minim dia no mo dwen.
When him say to unim busuemi penny.
Minim no.
Bo say ya and ana baby see
Me ko wa be say
abusuemi penny bedru. How should it be so?
Charlie, it's funny.
So literally, it's not like always when you are ill and answer BBI will be you. It's like you, the individual there, nobody really cares about you until something happens, or until you make it.
So it means that you have to protect your health. It's very important.
Protecting your health is very important.
It's very important.
And then if you are there, so bompire and so say, omo ye day, omo pill do akashi out to do. Obedi kiya kona do bakashi out. As hana
cash out. When you are wrong.
What I say? Always pray that the people wanting your downfall, they'll go first. Now for moon cash out.
Bro, but I feel bad for the man.
So right now, imagine, okay, they've settled the bill. He's been discharged. You go to the house. If you are the man, how will you see your family?
I mean,
will you be able to talk to them again? Can you forgive them?
The sense of belongingness now, like people feel when they are connected to a family. This man doesn't have it.
I don't think it's a family. This one is like So we say family. But people are wicked though.
But it's sad. I mean,
People
as
are
much
very,
as
very wicked.
it's funny, it's very, very sad too.
To look your brother in the eye. Now, brother hospital, we've called you several times. But the very moment we hear say wubuno.
Hey! But what is with us and funerals? Like,
I don't know. Ghana is the only place. I don't know about outside, but from the little I've seen from movies near there, I don't know. Funerals are not that expensive.
Yes.
And then lots of people don't do funerals to cash out. They just use that to celebrate the memory of the person.
Exactly.
Or the life that the person lived.
but here,
It's a short, small gathering,
investment.
straight to the fence. In the casket or in the coffin at the church, they pray over you. People share their words.
I don't know if you
they take
also
the
share the
funeral
same idea.
cemetery. Yeah.
But I think, say, some of our cultural practices, no. I feel like it's outdated.
They are outdated. They
have to. But I don't know. People may feel say I am saying that because I want to abolish or think of like we abolishing our cultural practices. But some of them, I feel like it's a kick. I say we have to do something about it.
So do you think say the kind of funeral style we have here in Ghana is outkick? It's something we need to work on. It is
part of the reasons why people will act this way. Because if say, tell me why, say if you don't see a funeral as an investment, why would you wait for your brother or your family member to be at that point before you decide you are going to, you know? It doesn't really.
So you think that if there was a different way of doing funerals that is accepted,
a lot of
it will curb all these things. Mass money
in the trust.
Send you regardless any una and nipa no be because they said here who say age review what they are.
And you who
but I don't think that me personally I don't think that if there's like a change to the funeral style we have here, it will still impact how people are going to
take care of
their people.
Well,
because the bottom line is whether I come to save you or not, I'm not getting.
I mean, anything. Because after all,
now Papa Mr. Kitekra, yeah, but Mr. Kitekra says here now. What the everyone say all the when the cost that will be
the name though.
Will he be able to pay?
Charlie, he will not.
Then it goes back from this conversation. It will go back and hit on the economy. That I know money why she because what she say. Na make us say, maybe a crap pay your baby to your bills or come up with you.
What is that with you?
Because when him say business a pie. He say, "Wa friend,
sympathizers would
do them anya ma me bosu mienu metimi atua so okwa akwa
Bro.
We be say that. Me na be to so tempa no sa obomo za ka me so mu na ku. Me so me ne ma ku. But either ways I came to pick a dead body, not you. The kwambi afa so obewu amanji misika no. And I say kwan na afa so prank e say wawu no. Prank ni ensie unye wa yie.
Later no aba. But it's serious.
But Charlie,
it's serious. I think
like we need a big paradigm shift, honestly. Like what you're saying.
Our mindset about.
So let me ask this. So you saying this, do you think what kind of change do you think should happen to our funerals style in Ghana that is going to change all this kind of stuff? Like
it is difficult to suggest, but over the years we have seen our culture has, honestly, culture is dynamic.
But I don't see that dynamism in our culture here.
The change is
very hard.
The change is not has run into the negative because tell me why.
Hey, Asma Kennedy is a bold statement to make.
Oh yeah, I'm saying it has run into the negative from this point of view. The depth or the cost that is involved in doing some of these ceremonies is getting like huge over the period. And
now it's turned into a competition.
It's
like family competitions because everyone wants to show that they are there.
Aside funerals,
special Ashantis are people.
Oh bro,
you take a lot of pride when you come to funeral. Yes, you put a lot of weight into funerals. It's crazy.
Look at our culture. Aside funeral, look at weddings right now. If I don't think they're gonna the days. Our parents, they were spending so much on weddings and all those like that. But they say no, because obey wedding now, so wedding now we feel you best spend a lot.
But you feel it in your capillaries and
arteries.
Or maybe you think the amount for
so
men kaya cry recently. Okay, I may not have to say it, but I've gone to a wedding here and then I met it after wedding no cry there. And remember we see a tweet and people are unable to settle that. But how do you
start life and then that?
Yet to start life. Now because a wedding or two a Ghanaian to your
so that is our issue when it comes to the culture. On the ceremony, I be tradition be that. But as time goes on, people are adding on to make it more attractive. There were things that I don't think that people used to do.
Because Charlie, now I draw my attention because now funerals have turned into parties. I was it last year, was the last 2 years. I saw one funeral here. I honestly thought it was a celebration like a wedding. My chandeliers, no one see.
Bro,
I was like,
there.
what?
Don't go there. You'll be shocked.
Masa, obi wedding grand.
You'll be surprised the amount of money that they put, like they had to put into that organization.
People are really investing into funerals. Sometimes you see videos of cemeteries. People buy vast big of land. See where see dances. Where see you be woman. With that one to your baby. People suffering in the family. But while your chamber and hall, there's nobody living in the house. There's nobody there. And then there are people in the family who need help.
Sometimes I feel like
nobody's helping them.
Sometimes I feel like we are just giving priorities to things that are not really important. But if you say it, people will feel like, hey, this is our culture.
Because why you this guy all day and they can't tell it. But
you get it.
It will be better that you will be able to help somebody, one person in the family. Because I think that then has a ripple effect. At least if you help one person, no losing or help one person, it will like lessen the burden on the family itself. But people don't see it that way. They would rather find all the money, selfish, and then do. Because of person who say, "Oh, me busemi musica." Because you can't tell me that you have people struggling in the family, but you would take money out and go and build a chamber. Nobody lives there. Then we employ people that to be go in there to clean.
we didn't. Bro,
I was saying there's still a employment.
But it's serious.
But it's sad how the black mentalities. Because you see how big their cemeteries are.
Because Bruni.
Some of them after maybe 2 years, 3 years, no.
Incrimination.
Cremation. They just burn
incrimination. Cremation.
They just burn you into ashes.
Baby.
And yes, I crown. Even if it's a cemetery crown, they have the designated places. You see, there are places your family will pay me for 5 years. You pay 5 years. You see, after 5 years, no. Then they cremate the rest, and they will give you the ash. And I say, "Was move to because there's somebody coming to occupy the place." Yes, also if you're holding your day, I
don't know what. So it's.
I think
it's due to our culture. I mean, I think that's the reason. So it has influenced how people think. It is shifting our priorities to the things that are not too important. You know, because. Tell me why you would want to wait for the person to die before you take an action than to save the person's life. Because if you say, if the person is living, he's not contributing anything
used to the family.
You. But by the moment the person dies, you are definitely going to make an investment and then the return sympathizers will come.
I make us say, insurance.
Oh, bro.
Insurance na so but say so me say sa na dwonja me wanda wo ani je bia be hye na komum no
o frefre yi adofo ne yi
because what do I budget
any investors
what do I budget or say chale me business you be invest na because ye we be
10% solid
chale ungu ya uni mu adofo
bro
who ana who say amanfo mu do
serious
in a sarcastic way. Because you know only be to say you think that the person really loves you, but you don't know what the person is actually thinking about.
Family is somewhere.
But back to the conversation. So don't you think that if we start adopting the Western style of funerals, it will help? Even not just the Western style of funeral, but Western style of marrying as well. Let's tackle the funeral before we go to the marriage.
So you know, it would help. I mean, that is the straightforward answer I can give you. But the thing is, we want to have our identity as probably Africans, as Ghanaians, involved in the ceremony.
We can still do that and cut cost. But then it won't be like my friends and I, an extravagant sort of thing. Take for example, to say Western style of funeral, see somebody will die within a week and another 2 weeks. The family can gather. They will take the person's body to the church and however they are in the coffin. They are dressed in a coffin. We read the tribute there, sharp. We carry the person straight to the cemetery, bury the person. Then they will come and have some small small family.
Bro.
What is somebody? Whoever introduces somebody,
I feel like that thing is just to also inflate some people's pride.
Because me says
it becomes a challenge.
That thing. I think we should research and find out the genesis of science somebody, you know. Because me say if my brother or whoever, the person has,
why should it be shouted? Like it should be mentioned in public for everybody to know that I am doing this all for the person.
But no crown, you know. Your family member just passed on. You are doing something to celebrate the person's life. Why are you expecting to be in somewhere invested? Why did that mindset say we'll be in first camera on the fire, you know?
I think
if you are celebrating the person, you should be ready. So do it in that small way that you can. I don't know. But I mean, you say if it's just going to be a small way that you can do that celebration for the person, fine, why now cool?
Simple crap.
But to use it as a business, say what the badges card here. Personally, I don't really buy that, you know.
It's difficult.
Charlie.
People find pride in, you know, some of these events. You trust me, it will surprise you. Say it is under somebody's funeral, and somebody wants to show off how worthy they are to the public. You know, back near Baba, I mean, it is good. Maybe they might have a good intentions that they are helping the family to overcome whatever depths that they may encounter along the way. But you know, say in reality, and as now in his closet, he is just being proud of the fact that ya boni din so why then bonds and see what you see. You know, that is people have their ego to inflate when it comes to some of these.
It goes back to that seminar I make about competition, no. As
yes,
they want to show
off,
showboating that may be with Kabao to make us a money and that's the reason why even after some funerals, people end up fighting, even family, no. If you want to go be and they are one and I getting kaboom beba, I will bring some sort of togetherness. But then after the funeral that the person has passed on, no, when they go and sit down, another wahala. So wahala. Because we because I mean I'm this guy by me, you see. It was I should get this part. We are
bro.
Come on.
That is how it is.
Come on. It's not question brony for no. Omo life na yes temple a bibia timi ko na nim sharp no.
Actually ya show cry the work.
Yeah, nya fi na betina ba be buka ba be ho we buka se we yesi ho we fa ne de.
Ya se we ya o nipa no.
Into this sika simple.
Yeah, man, it's complicated.
But of course, culture is important. We have to guard and protect our culture. But
I mean,
to what extent and to what events? To whose way events? Oh, bro, for no cry, boy, cash on my man.
Honestly, I doubt things used to be expensive back then. When they were, I mean, even though they were doing things in that manner, no cry. The way they were doing it didn't involve a lot of your friend is saying it's casa. Compared to now.
Any say na me inflate amasa aye we abeye na tim say obi by force we niska no akwa kete na akwa hwan de nipa na wu awie tikete na be nyane na be de
onu nte
na man force sta na kikiriki na fifire na awie
now displaying our culture, you know.
Nipa na wu awie culture na ye de okay, displaying your culture. Even the style you are doing the funeral itself, no, can display your culture.
Exactly.
You don't necessarily have to go and far a grow for. No one bebro. Now you also and young crop for. And now
why now you have wailers.
Timitis kako hen mobile be suwe yase.
Be su mama.
Just because of what? There's a who don't the pana be so man. I just will be sumano.
I've never understood.
She says. Who be who means will be the mesuma will be no.
Bro, you know that I've never understood that.
That is how you should know that people don't really love you. To even shed a tear for you, will be so mesuma.
Really no. I feel like they are very liars in your life.
But mom with me yes, man, I'm having view ones. Now would they imagine that you don't know anybody. You don't know the person who is dead.
And you are crying like
I know.
I know somebody who just 1 second we swam out and then yes, hey Uzi.
Charlie.
I'm sure Uzi will watch the video.
We have a problem.
Hey, we have a big problem. You have no idea.
It's a big problem here in Ghana. The way we do stuff about even with our funerals.
It is our priorities that will make somebody think that it is important to wait for the brother to die and seek money to clear the bills. It is priorities.
Because it's a funeral and they are in business. I know. People go for loans. Bank loan. No, they are paying funeral. They no necessarily. It's fast sana. Even if book and is kind of bank business. Because you may be a massa. It's terrible. It's terrible how the celebration of life of people has now turned into a business venture for people. And then you know there are people who are there almost loan for specifically for business.
It's a big business. Yes, it's a big business
for them. Junior year friend. Because obibi ya romance cannot be man crop or chance any chairman who never just can.
Do you know say some insurance companies? I mean they build their business around some of these things.
Yeah, I know, but they are individuals who are not Chrome, they are in towns or in their cities. Already a young one or you have a frame. We are 10% and now 20% of the we are mean.
That's it.
Charlie Eden. Intina, because Tobia Casse,
Sani Pano almost come on from where you might
have Casse, okay, say Bibini. Says, okay, I say, okay, trouble is a Bibini. Like, the mindset is corrupt. It's
trash.
So sometimes it's me transfer my dream one say what happened to Africans? Seriously, what happened to Africans that as a way of thinking no
is totally different.
It's totally different.
We are concerned about things that we are not supposed to be.
Exactly.
So concerned about like
because a white man or the Westerners, they want to waste their time with this thing.
The person is dead.
The person is dead. But
you can't bring the person back.
Get a coffin. Get one. After the funeral, the family don't sit down near you. They don't do any drinks or meetups or wana. They just sit down, talk about themselves. They share maybe memories of the person near their day.
Some people will just come to even show off. Because
Ghana can you believe that during my mom's funeral? Obi ba ho me ma me funa na oyusu eda ho no obi be fa fun no wi afun no si nwana se amafo wa agenda ono o twen se eyi mra no mewi ade wo
ba beji eyi nipa na owu ne ntoma ne ade
me say fun ne da ho ye hwehwe fun all of a sudden fam
ekwa
wa ba mewi ade body nipa me awe se nka be video na busa o be fa fun pa ade ne na mutirim
bro
so we imagine say we busia bia na efie bia munya be wi ade na ade be 1 week now so da ho
koyo de bro it's serious.
We need a big paradigm shift like penny for the busia penny and wana for no much video here you guys you start advising us yourself because this thing is becoming a big problem.
If some people hear this video, they are going to say we are just downplaying the importance of culture, but that's not what we are doing.
That is not us trying to downplay.
That is not what we are doing. That is their defense.
We should find ways to protect our culture, but
keep them doing whatever thing that they are doing. But if something is not right, it is not right.
Of course, if something is not right, it's not right. What is right is right. What is wrong is wrong. Because you can't tell me that somebody is there, they need help, they need money to buy food. You won't give the person, but you'd rather wait for the person to die. Then you come and cash out from the person's death.
What is the point?
Now, how do you feel when it happens like that?
If you say, put yourself in that like position.
Now, that bisano, who if you say, oh, they want to ball. Hey, Makachi, Shaman. Oh, they want to ball. Oh, like who now ways I don't enable.
You also pass.
So if you look at it, ADHR will go on and on about this thing. I think we should just end here. But I'll just end by saying that Charlie, we should have a serious review about
our culture.
You know, our culture and certain things we do because because the jam will be sure because the kwasi
you see that's the thing I'm saying. That's the thing I'm saying. They would say what we are talking about, we don't know what you are saying. And it's culture. You came to meet
when we came to meet it wasn't like this. It wasn't a competition where families will battle it out that me na my year we na ye ne super chen wo de they she no we na wan ye the same wan ne hwan Charlie, let's try and be helpful like yes ni pa hia mo anza na wawu don't wait for the person to die. Now, twema ni pelu na de no kwa kupiska na. Now, then I will train. Have you forgotten the own sobeko? Have you forgotten the own sobeko? This canoji abeji na here. Woody abedi enza.
Finish it.
Charlie, I'll just urge our friends, our traditional leaders, our family. For the man, actually. Charlie, I'm Mr. Adam video. No, I was laughing, but I really felt very for the man that to have your family neglect you and then forget about you, but the very moment they hear that you are dead, they are just jumping to come and pay off bills and take your corpse.
Oh, Charlie, go and do a funeral.
It's sad.
Very, very sad.
In as much as we are laughing about it, it's sad. But I will urge our traditional rulers and then maybe Abusiapenyu for the family leaders and let's find ways of cutting costs with our funerals. Nema I remember na besha manfo trimo mu feel say funeral is a business no sad no. I think because Emma adwemboni ba manfo trimo said they wouldn't want to help people because you who say oda ho a obu so yare say
there are a lot of cultural practices that is cost intensive. I think the church is also doing a very good thing. you know, regarding marriages particularly, most churches are now advocating that Obeso warrior.
Especially my church Baptist.
That's what I say.
I heard pastor will tell you, "Oh, the only scab woman."
Something small.
Small, maybe small Sunday.
I think Pentecost is also fond of doing that.
Funeral crowd, we have
all of those things are the reasons. Part of the reasons why I go for boys and girls mean like.
That's I say. Funeral they are quite to say so church don't really
traditional
go into it that much. But regardless, no. We will have to urge a penny for no. We should find because as a star, you know, I'm having money by my food too much. Say, maybe I mean, the metro they would have the cash out, and it's sad.
What do I investment?
Nobody is saying that we shouldn't protect our culture. We can still display our culture, but in a way that wouldn't be at the detriment of others. What I say, we should learn and then because. What is life if you are not ready to learn and do stuff to better ourselves? Because the way and the rates things are going, things are getting bad every single day. So we need a big paradigm shift or we need a big change. Lovely viewers, I think that this is the point where we will draw the curtains on this episode of the Mem Live podcast. Before I leave, I'll urge you all to follow us on TikTok and then Instagram at Instagram. On Instagram at the Mem Live Podcast. The Mem Live Podcast on Instagram. The Mem Live Podcast on TikTok as well. And then also, please, watching us right now, subscribe. Tap on the notification bell. Very important. But to say playing so that the very moment the video drops, sharpest. You get a notification. I go by the name DJ K. You can call me K for short. And logged in today with me is my very own brother,
Nana Boache Dost.
Until next time, have a great weekend. Thank you for watching us. Ciao.